It's of course absolute beauty going down there with the ladies. Thank you very much. And now myself and a good friend of mine are going to be taking you through something that is definitely going to assist you and help you when it comes to this festive season. Now, I know when I was a kid back home and leading up to Christmas, you'd always see your parents and the family stressing away in the kitchen, trying to prepare all the meals and everything that they can. And it truly is a nostalgic moment that I, for one, have never forgotten. So what we're going to do this morning is take you through something special that is going to assist you with eliminating all the stress that you need, or the stress that you go through the day, of course. And Chef Clem and I are going to be preparing.
Why am I not illustrious? Why does everyone get illustrious?
Because your name alone carries the weight of them all. I don't need to throw in those nonsense adjectives. Chef Clem.
Oh, so it's nonsense. It's nonsense. He doesn't mean it. He doesn't mean it.
Digging a grave here, and speaking of graves,
gravy. Okay.
So what's happening, man? Like I said earlier, I know this is that moment, and I think this is something everyone stresses about because you got the chicken and everything, and there's like, oh, we don't have sauce, we don't have...
Yeah.
So this is like the glue of Christmas. It brings all the magic together.
It is, and it's almost like, I want to say, a good gravy will save any mistakes that you make with a chicken that's gone to dry, a turkey that's gone to dry, a piece of meat that doesn't have enough flavor. A good gravy will save you.
Yes.
So let's start, talk about what we're actually doing. We're going to do this completely from scratch. So we're actually browning off, we're throwing tongs everywhere. We're browning off some chicken wings. And chicken wings are really great because they've got the bone in the middle. Everybody knows when you cook on the bone, that's added flavor. And it's got all that fat on the outside and there's extra flavor on the fat. And that lean meat is slightly dark as well. And darker meat tends to be tastier meat.
I love how you start the segment and just pull out a perfect chicken wing.
Did I?
Bam! There you go. Golden, crispy, brown, all the things you need in life. You don't even need a gravy.
All the things you need in life. Exactly, absolutely. So you want to brown your chicken really well. The more color you get on it, the more brown you get on it, the more flavor you're going to get. When it gets black, it starts getting bitter. So keep an eye on it, though.
All right.
But you want to get that nice color. Then the next thing you need is an onion. Okay? Oh.
That would have been very cool, though.
We do it again.
Let's try it again. Oh!
Third time lucky.
Yeah!
Hey! Okay.
See, that's why you are Chef Clem.
Thank you. Okay. The papery bits on the end of the onion, don't throw it away. There's actually flavor in there, and the other thing, there's color in there.
Are you serious? That stuff reminds you of like paper.
No, it's like in restaurants we were taught with the onion, when you're doing stocks, never throw the papery bits away. There's so much color and flavor in there. You're not going to eat it, but it adds to the stock. So all you're doing now is you're going to chunk it up nice. You can just do it into quarters, depending on the size of the onion. Yeah. But keep it nice and chunky. Okay. That's going to go in with your chicken. Then, also, let me talk about this. The chicken's been browning for quite a bit, and at the bottom of the pot, like these brown little sticky bits.
Yes.
You want that.
Keep that.
Normally, with normal cooking, you try and not let things stick. You actually want that with this.
Okay.
There's so much concentration of flavor in there. It's called the fond.
So this is all about flavor saving.
Absolutely.
Every little bit that you get, the byproducts of the cook, you want to keep it in there, right?
You want that.
Okay. Got you.
Celery goes in, carrots go in. Then, my rule, all bay, all day.
All bay, all day.
If there's onions in a pot, you add your bay leaves.
Okay.
All right?
What is that, to balance it out, I would imagine? Oh.
Funny story. I've been doing some research on bay leaves. Apparently it doesn't give it any flavor or aroma, but it adds to the body of your stew, your soups, your curries, and helps break down the fats in a different way. So we're going to do an experiment.
These bay leaves.
Yeah, and then someone also told me on social media, if you make bay leaf tea in hot water, apparently it's like so good for you. So I'm going to do more research on that. But
I'm going to steal some of those leaves for later on the show. But before we do, let's carry on with this gravy, guys. All of you that are watching at home, of course, head over to taste.co.za, and this is where you'll get all that recipe inspiration. We're starting from scratch. We're doing it the real McCoy way. And for the rest of Mzansi, you want to do the same thing and impress your relatives over the festive season, then you want to be watching Clem and I. What's happening now? Looks like something's about to go down.
Baileys are in, rosemary's in, thyme is in. We're going to in with a little bit of wine. Okay. And what you want to do is very important. You want to cook that wine out. Wine has a bitter flavor to it. The alcohol has a bitter flavor to it. If you want to cook it, if you don't cook it out, the bitterness is going to carry through to the stock. So cook it out, and by cooking it out, I mean let it reduce in the pot. Okay. So that's going to go until I've added about half a cup in there. You want it to reduce to a quarter of a cup. Quick
question, Clem, when it comes to reducing, right, which is obviously getting rid of the volume of liquid, I would imagine.
And intensifying the flavor,
How do you actually do that correctly? Is it low and slow, or is it very high and keep it on a boil?
In this case, I'm going on a medium heat. When you're doing something, when you've got a complete sauce and your sauce is done and it's too thin, and you want to reduce it, I would put it on a low heat, let it slowly cook. But at this stage, we're still building flavor. Medium to high heat is okay.
Okay.
It's okay.
I got you.
All right. So I'm going to turn this heat up over here. So imagine how it's... Actually, I was reduced by almost half already. That was very quick. My pan was very hot. And we're going to go with chicken stock, okay?
So is it apple juice?
This is, yeah, the chicken stock goes in. What's going to happen now is now it's going to reduce even further.
Okay.
And the more it reduces, more intensifies in flavor. So, also very important, I added thyme to that. Be careful when you add too much thyme to your stock, because thyme actually adds a bit of sweetness to it, and it might actually become too floral and too sweet.
Wow. Okay.
So take it easy then. So, okay, we reduced that, and what we ended up with was this. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to thicken this. I'm actually happy with, like, this concentrated flavor is so amazing when you're doing soups, stews, curries, whatever. All those sauce-based dishes, this will just bump it up like 100 levels.
So this is like a go-to for more than one meal. I love this.
Absolutely. So butter's in there. We're going to thicken this. A little bit of flour goes in. We're making a roux.
A roux?
Yeah.
I got you.
What a roux is, it's just a mixture of flour and fat. We're using butter today. What that's going to do is it's going to add creaminess, richness, and it's going to thicken our stock. That's going to form our gravy.
So do you combine this with the stock now?
Yes.
Ah,
okay. So
I'm grating it.
What you do want to do is you want it to start bubbling, and if you can actually wait to the point where it starts smelling nutty, you'll smell it before you see it. Once that happens, you know that flouriness has been cooked out, and you can start slowly adding your stock.
Oh, so this stock, is this also what's been added with the raw ingredients here as well? Is this what you've made from scratch, or is this the chicken stock you know?
This concentrated, cooked down, was this.
Ah,
yeah.
Okay. So this is like gravy that went to private school.
It's so good. It's so
like
delicious. And this is the proper way to make it. What you do want to do is you want to taste it before you add seasoning. I know it needs a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper. Then, if it tastes like it doesn't have enough flavor, that punch that comes through.
So it's like too bland or...
Yeah. Worcester sauce.
Okay.
Old school.
It's a Worcester sauce.
And it works every time. If you don't know Worcester sauce, use soy sauce. It adds a nice rich color to it. It darkens it slightly, and it adds that extra saltiness to it. This is the done version of that gravy.
So we had step 1, step 2, and this is the final product.
It doesn't take that long, but what I like about this is you can make it 4 days in advance, up to a week actually, and then just reheat it when you're ready.
Oh, so you don't have to make it on the day and like...
No, it'll save you
add it to the stress of the prep for the festival.
Exactly.
Okay.
So, if you don't want to go through the process of making this, just get the bagged version from Woolies.
Ah,
and it's delicious.
Through. Okay.
It's so good, and it's made with the same recipe that we just did right now. That's what's in the bag.
So
sorted.
There's a little bit of Chef Clem in that bag.
There's a little bit of Chef Clem.
Mixed up with the finest ingredients.
Absolutely.
Wow. So everything we just went through right now, I wouldn't have to worry about.
No. You can just call me and I'll just make it for you.
Oh, nice.
Right. Okay.
That sounds like my kind of gravy.
2 more things. Okay, we've got the cranberry and I think this is the brandy cranberry and brandy glaze.
Okay.
And then we've got the berry and port. Those are delicious on red meats, on ducks, on a very good roasted chicken, but also things like pancakes over ice cream.
Okay.
So those are really, really delicious. Okay. I'm going to just pour this over here. Like, again, if you overcooked your chicken, it's a bit dry, this is how you're going to save it.
Come through with that gravy.
Just your beautiful gravy over that chicken, and everybody's going to be happy. It's so good.
Well done, man. That looks absolutely incredible. Guys, of course, you saw it your first taste.co.za to get this recipe inspiration, and of course, get the gravy that you need for this festive season.
Yeah.
Well done, man.